Podcasts, conversations powered by Just Talk and Lisa Listen. And you are?
Lisa Bybee, the Lisa Listen part of the Conversations
the
podcast.
whole game plan? Yeah. What's that we're doing here now? So, and what do you do for the company?
I am VP of Sales and Marketing, along with Success Coach.
Yes.
Thank you.
It takes a while sometimes. We just got started. Don't worry about it.
And podcaster.
Right.
Yes. And you, Jeff?
Fair enough. I just didn't want you to feel bad. Professional speaker, life coach, success coach, executive coach, actually, and podcaster, along with being an author. Fun stuff.
Okay.
Today, we have a very, very special guest with us, and that is Kelly Marchello. Round of applause for Kelly Marchello. Yeah. Kelly Marchello is the principal of Word of Life Christian Academy here in Las Vegas. She's the perfect person for this program.
She is.
I want to start out with her bio, though. Let's read her. Well, sorry, before we read her bio, let's tell people like a little bit about Conversations.
Please do.
Conversations is the kind of program that we designed to have people come along with us for a ride, for empowerment, for inspiration, for motivation, to solve some of life's matters and problems and challenges from the smallest to the largest. It all just depends. And we like to create a conversation that's engaging, that connects, so that you feel like you're in it with us. I agree. You agree?
And we're going to talk about 5 ways that we can show people how to be a difference maker today.
Well, our title is going to be How to Be a Difference Maker. And we're going to get into why that is and why we chose that title after we're going. But I am pins and needles. I want to hear Kelly's bio.
Here we go. Kelly Marchello has been a Christian private school principal for the past 27 years in the Las Vegas, Nevada area and is currently the principal of Word of Life Christian Academy. She is dedicated to the pursuit of academic excellence in a Christian environment. Her dedication to education has taken her to help build a school in Tobago, West Indies, and teach in Fiji and Amsterdam. She is inspiring the next generation to be difference makers through her leadership classes, where they will learn every day counts and every choice makes a difference.
Wow. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Tell me about the overseas stuff, the Tobago, and where else did you mention?
Fiji, Amsterdam.
Fiji. Tell us a little bit about that. I love that. How long did you do those different assignments?
In Tobago, West Indies, we spent 7 summers.
Wow.
It's a third world country, and so construction is truly is hands-on. It's, so when you're building your construction and all of that is, what is the word I want to say? Is
it all hands on deck?
It's all hands on
every
deck.
hand matters. And right?
My word I want to say is bamboo.
Oh.
Okay.
Their structures to get up, the scaffolding and everything is made out of bamboo.
Wow.
So that kind of gives you a little glimpse of how third world country it is. And so my husband and I, along with a team of other people, we would go every summer to help build this school in Tobago, West Indies.
Nice.
And so it took us 7 years, along with other teams that would go. And what it was is the pastor in Tobago, West Indies had a dream that every child would have an education in Tobago.
Wow.
At the time we started the school, at the age of 11, students weren't allowed to go to school if they didn't pass high enough on their testing. So the children went to the streets and sold fruit and things like that. So he knew if he could build a school that every child could get an education. So we picked up his dream. And he definitely is a difference maker in Tobago, West Indies. The school holds over 1,500 students.
Wow.
And so what that meant was every child in this little country, the government made it mandatory for them to have an education. So every child can go to school now.
That is so awesome. And you and your husband and those other well-wishers and supporters, they too are difference makers to go over there and help that pastor's dream come true. So that's really, really good. Now, what about the Fiji? Was it a very similar experience or something different?
Fiji was a mission trip where we took a group of youth, 70 youth, to Fiji, and we went to orphanages, we went to schools, and we taught. We worked with the teachers and did teachers in services, and so that's how we spent our time there. And in Amsterdam, we went to the international schools and did teacher in-services and taught and just shared our life one with another.
Would you mind if I speak the language of my neighborhood with you now?
Mm-hmm.
You're working it, girl.
Oh, boy.
You're okay with that?
I love it.
She works
it.
it every
working
day,
it, girl.
Jess.
Got the hairdo down and got the savvy and the sassy and the intelligence. Got the mover and the shaker. She gets her husband involved. She gets her kids involved. You get everybody involved. By the way, you do have that infectious quality of getting us involved. You know that, right?
Well, thank you.
And here she is today.
And here she is today.
That's right.
And it won't be your last visit either. No, that's really, I really love hearing that. That is difference maker stuff. So today our topic is so perfect for you. It is 5 ways to become a difference maker. I'm going to list these 5, then we're going to come back top to bottom if you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
So a quick listing is number 1, improve your attitude. Number 2, improve your mental and physical health, which is huge. Number 3, boost your self-esteem. There are a lot of people that go around with a really squashed or lower self-esteem, and they may have what looks like the trappings of success, and they don't feel successful. And a lot of times it's that self-esteem that pulls them down. Sometimes they even show up like a bully. They're kind of tough or mean-spirited, or they're the first one to speak out or tell you like it is. But a lot of times that's insecurity talking. A low self-esteem. So that's a good one. We'll come back and talk about these. Number 4 is going to be increase your empathy for others. I love that one.
Yes.
And then 5, rounding out the package, is spread happiness and leave people wanting more. So that's really cool. So let's start at the top of this. The whole difference maker concept. What is it to you, Kelly?
Well, I believe every day you can make a difference.
Yes.
And I read this little book called The Butterfly Effect, and I think I've mentioned it to you before.
Yes.
But it talks about a scientist that gave his hypothesis that the flap of a butterfly's wing could move enough molecules to move enough air molecules to start a hurricane on the other side of the world. And so, of course, he was laughed off. Well, 30 years later, scientists kind of were intrigued by that hypothesis, and so they started looking into it. And so they decided it was true, that every move we make in this lifetime, every choice we make affects our future, your future, my future, history. And so they gave it a law, and it's called the Law of Sensitivity Dependence upon Initial Conditions.
Wow.
So every move we make starts a chain reaction. That smile. You know, Mother Teresa said, love begins and kindness begins with a smile.
Wow.
That's right. And it costs nothing.
So
you
let's
can give it away.
Let's repeat that. Pull that closer to you, Kelly, so you can see it. I want you to repeat that. That's really good. The law of sensitivity is what you called it, right?
Yeah. The law of sensitivity, dependence upon initial conditions.
Yes.
So it is a scientific law that every day, every choice that you make makes a difference.
It does.
And it truly does.
It does. And a lot of times you don't really think about it, or don't think about it like that.
Right.
And oftentimes I would also go to say that if there's something waiting in the wings and you don't make a choice and you don't get through at the right time of that matter, a choice will be made for you. So even not making a choice is a choice.
Absolutely. Well said. Yes.
So I believe that theory still applies. So that's really, really good. I love that as a definition. I'm going to have to borrow that and learn that so it comes off the
We'll
top.
have to get the book.
You've got to get the book.
Yeah.
Author Andy Andrews, one of my favorite authors.
Nice.
I do. I'm going to take a look at that. That may be, I have one going, but that may slide up into be my next read. Is it a short read? If I have an 8th grade education, will that help?
Yeah, it'll take you 45 minutes
Okay, good.
to take. It's just a little book. In fact, Christmas is coming up, everybody. It's a great book to give.
A little plug for that author.
Yeah.
There we go.
Make a difference everywhere.
There's Kelly making a difference in that author's world right here.
And you can't forget How to Leave 'Em Feeling by Jessie Farrell.
Oh, see?
Okay.
See how she is?
All
There you
right.
I
go.
like her.
There you
We
go.
got to have her back, please.
But she's welcome anytime.
Let's talk to Director Scott, see if we can get her back on here soon.
There you go.
No, very cool. So the difference maker concept. So the first piece, improve your attitude. That's a great place to start improving your attitude. Anything you want to add, Lise, on improving your attitude when you're talking about becoming a difference maker?
No, I just think that the people that you keep the company with, it's really important to be a good role model, to help others as often as you can on a daily basis.
I like it. I like it. Well, then let's roll to the next one. Improve your mental and physical health. What is that? Let's talk about that. Your mental health really is, first off, mental, physical, and spiritual health is how I would like to say it, quite frankly. And I really think it's a combination of all of those things. I don't think one is better than the other. I believe when one of those pieces go down and you're unhealthy, in a sense, no matter what it is, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. I also believe that if there's a lack of spiritual health inside of you, no matter what your belief system is, you're lost. Mm-hmm. I think that's your grounding force. That's my perspective.
I agree.
And I believe if you are absent of the mental health, you're in lots of trouble. The problem with that is when you're physically in ailment, people can forgive that because they can see the arm or the leg or the cold or the flu or the disease or whatever. They can see it, so they get it. Mm-hmm. If you're in spiritual loss of health, people can't see. They can hear it, but they can't see it.
They might see it in your eyes.
They might see it in your eyes.
Yes.
But when you're mentally disturbed or challenged or unhealthy,
you can see it in the eyes again.
But people don't. We don't give the forgiveness for mental challenges as we do for physical challenges. Mm-hmm. I think mostly because we don't know enough about it. But, right? What are your thoughts?
That's true. When I seen that subject, I was thinking, what about my mental health?
Right.
And I was thinking, what is the thing that helps my mental health? And of course, I am a Christian, and my relationship with the Lord is very important, but it's those quiet times. Mm-hmm. It's those quiet times. And the world is so noisy.
Yes,
the world is so
faster.
noisy.
Lots
we are
of
running. Even talking about our day when we came in, we had all had a busy day.
Yes.
On fire.
And so taking those quiet times. In fact, I had a teacher come in today. She goes, I had a great idea in the shower. And I said, don't you get the best ideas in the shower? Because it's quiet.
Yeah.
There's not noise. So giving yourself that quiet time to refresh and just think and be present.
And allow thoughts to come in.
Absolutely.
If you're so busy going all the time, you may miss several things that could have come to you in your life.
Well, there are a lot of people that believe it or not, Kelly, they don't believe, and Lisa, they don't believe that they have time to take time. Mm-hmm. And to your point, people that are super, super busy and believe they don't have time, if they do catch a time, because you need to clean yourself up consistently. So they may take the time then. But even outside of that, we practice prayer.
Yes.
We practice meditation. Mm-hmm. We practice space, as in getting the space you want and need for yourself. We practice that on a daily basis, taking the time.
Wow. When
you're not doing and you're just being. It's a practice. Because we're most of us are taught to be human doings, not human. We call ourselves human beings, but we almost never just be. So to really be a human being means you have to just be sometimes. So on a daily basis, morning and certainly night, and depending on the day, sometimes in the middle, we practice the sense of being aware and conscious and conscientious about nothing going on. Mm. That's how it comes. Your thoughts?
My thoughts is that we don't know how to do that.
Most of us have either never learned it or we've forgotten.
Mm-hmm. Except in kindergarten.
Yes.
Let's go back to the basics in kindergarten and take a nap.
Funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. But world championship teams win championships not by the alley-oops, not by the reverse slam dunks, not by the windmill, not by the home runs, but by practicing the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. That's how championship teams win championships. And what Lisa's talking about is going back to kindergarten and the fundamentals of human needs.
Yes.
Well,
we need to decompress.
Even the Europeans still take naps.
No, the Europeans, in my opinion, they really blow us away on the U.S. side of things. Not only do they take naps, they take time.
They take time.
When they take a vacation, it's not a week vacation, it's a month vacation.
Right.
When they make sales in their store, they close the store. I bought this great jacket in Italy once, and I went back 15 minutes later. I decided I want something else. They closed the store. They made a sale. They went to do something.
They went to celebrate.
I couldn't believe it. And there wasn't a sign on the door that said back in 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
I came back 15 minutes. They came back a half hour. I came back an hour. They still weren't back because that one cell was decent for them. I go, hey. So I believe Europeans get the take time part better than Americans. I just really, I think that's a cultural thing, though.
Absolutely. And we have to be taught. And one thing in reading your book about your global village, bringing people into your village, is that you need help.
Absolutely.
You need help. So coaching, a life coach to teach you how to slow down.
Yes.
How to get out organized.
Yes.
How to check your schedule.
How to take time for self.
How to take time for self, is so important. New Year's is coming up, and we all are making those New Year's resolutions. Go grab people in your sphere.
In your village, yes.
In your village, and get your weight coach, get your Jesse coach.
Right.
Get all of that, because we can't do it alone.
You cannot. You'll typically fall off even if you get it started.
Right.
And so, no, I like that. That's good. Let's roll to number 3 because we're going to get some fun stuff too. Number 3 is boost your self-esteem. Everything you just said leads to boosting your self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Time with self and time with others. And pick people that have your best interests at heart. Pick people that you love and they love you. Pick people that you care about and they care about you. Mm-hmm. Choose people that are
Lift
looking
you
for
up,
a reciprocal
not
relationship, a reciprocal
yes.
give and take. And we don't keep score, by the way.
Mm-mm.
You and I, with you and Lisa, the 3 of us, and even Mr. Marchello himself, we don't keep score.
No.
I got a chance to sit down with Randy Marchello, and Randy Marchello is a cool guy.
Yes, he is.
And the first thing he wanted to know is, what's going on here?
Why are we here?
What is your motive?
And I said,
Kelly
man,
put you up to this?
And I said, I dig you, man. Isn't that enough? He says, well, all right then. And then the party was on. We do not keep score. We like to attract and connect ourselves with people that leave us feeling good. Randy Marchello does that. Kelly Marchello does that. And a number of other people that we can certainly mention. Lisa does that. That's part of boosting your self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Be around people that leave you feeling better and do the same for them.
Absolutely.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ladies agree?
Yes.
Okay, number 4, increase your empathy for others. Well, take it from there. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, don't get me started on that.
We need another program, don't
we? We need another program on that, because I teach my students. Word of Life Christian Academy is a leadership school, teaching leadership character. And so I do my best to teach my students to look in the hallways. They're going to class, but take a look. What's on their face?
Yes.
Take a look.
Yes.
And get involved. Try to, empathy is stepping into somebody else's shoes. Mm-hmm. Try to feel what they're feeling and get involved. Don't walk away.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe this is a Pastor David and Pastor Vicky moment.
Absolutely.
You saying that, we're going to get them on this podcast. We're going to get them on a podcast all along, because you're opening up the door. That is a whole program by itself.
Absolutely.
And Pastor David is that way. He lives his life that way. Pastor Vicky, she lives her life that way. We had the opportunity to, number one, to attend services. The other thing is to have lunch with the 2 of them. Incredible people. And what you just said echoes their sentiments as well.
Well, that's one of the things that attracted me.
I get it.
I can see
was
that.
their love for people
Their authenticity.
Their authenticity.
They're both amazing.
And every decision they make are people at the core.
Well, you say that, and I don't want to get in trouble with Pastor Vicky, but Pastor David has this incredible, infectious smile, too. His smile is a $10,000 smile.
And when you tickle him, his laugh is amazing.
I don't think I got there.
yeah, you'll have to live stream some church events and come on down. He is amazing.
Yeah, so that's very cool. So the 5th one, then we're going to get into some organic open stuff, is number 5, spread happiness and leave people wanting more. Leaving people wanting more is the number 1 signature piece with How You Leave Them Feeling, the book, is the best way to leave people is wanting more. Mm. And when you hear that, what comes to mind for you, Lise?
Making people feel good and saying an exit strategy, I need to leave, and they're no, this is like the 5-minute hour,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah, in other words, the people that you run across when you know it's time to go, they know it's time to go, but they don't want to go and they don't leave.
Most of your sessions?
When you
Okay, we had a Jesse and Lisa session. Both of them came and did a teacher in service for us and a difference maker in service, because
Yes.
teachers make a difference every day in the life of a child. And so Jesse was going to be the hero and let them out 30 minutes early.
Unbelievable.
That's right.
And they would not let him go.
It
He
was-
was trying to exit, and
No, we want more. Give
I
us
was
more.
telling them, listen, I've designed this. I am happy to land this. We've landed this plane. I'm going to let you out 30 minutes early. But something we had said just before that, talking about the power of the color code and what that could do for you and for others, meaning when you get yourself, you get others, which is the whole motto of the color code. Then they wanted me to, I said,
Code them.
I said, I could actually take a look at each and every one of you, and I already have an assessment of what I believe you. Oh, tell me what my color code. No, I want you to get early. No, please. We really got into a bit of a fight over it. Not a bad fight. It was a fun fight. I think I wasn't going to get out of there alive with my skin if I didn't do something.
well, I think our assistant principal said, "Give me my code."
So I
And
she
did,
So-
and you did.
now first off, your assistant principal,
Bad
that
to the
lady,
bone.
she is bad to the
Yes.
bone. She is packing large. She's intelligent. She's funny. She's advanced. In fact, I need to have a special session with her. That woman, every time I tried to get to a great punchline, she was 5 steps ahead of me and would nail out my punchline. Are you going to do this all day? I had to tell her. She was so good. She was on her game. So I decided, okay, let's take her. I will profile you. I'm doing one. You will come back and do the rest of you. They did not, teachers that have such a demand on their time, they did not want me to let them get out early because they were that engaged.
And Miss Savage is such a difference maker.
She's huge.
The whole staff wanted to know her color.
Yes.
And what makes her tick.
Yes.
They love her. I mean, she is amazing.
Which now we'll go back and we'll do a color code day
Yes.
because we left him wanting more.
But it was
Correct?
brilliant. She was the
That's what we're
perfect
telling
one
him.
to profile. I did not get to let them out nearly as early as I wanted to. But to your point, we left them feeling extraordinary. And it was actually very fun. What we wanted to do is we wanted to bring in the best principles of the how you leave them feeling concept and the difference maker concept. And we did that by showcasing the people in the room. We wanted it to start before it started. That's why we wanted to design the logo T-shirts with the school insignia on it, and then I'm a difference maker. And we wanted that for them. We wanted
The
them to,
certificates?
yes, we want them to walk in and know this is for you right now. First, we were going to do it at the end of the program. No, we're doing it at the beginning. And then we wanted to give them their certificates at the end of the program. No, we're doing it at the beginning. And so you share more about the magic of what they felt.
Oh, they just felt so valued. So valued. In fact, we're still talking about the Teacher Development Day. They felt so valued, so good. You know, you take teachers to in-services and we're learning how to teach reading and comprehension and math skills and things. But that conference was just for them.
Yeah.
That was just
It was just for
yeah.
them. And so you came in with the T-shirts, the money. They were running for money. Jesse's giving out money the whole time. And he's got his little claps and his sprinkles and all kinds of stuff and candy bars. And they walked away feeling so valued.
Well, check it out. I didn't just give away money. They earned money.
Exactly.
They were $2 bills, and they were magical $2 bills. And when I heard or felt something that was powerful, or someone else heard or felt something that was powerful, I wanted to reward that person because they were bringing vulnerability, they were bringing honesty and integrity and care. Their contribution helped raise the quality of our conference. And I wanted to reward that. But you know why? Because they give stars, and they give sprinkles, and they give hearts, and they give all. They're the ones always disseminating this out. Who's doing it for them?
Right. And one of the takeaways we had is that was a 7.5 hour conference.
Yes.
And you had them on the edge of their seats
The whole time.
It was amazing.
the whole time. And so with your enthusiasm, your passion, and those $2 bills, candy bars, and things like that, right now in our middle school and high school, they've made little Mrs. Martinez bucks, Mr. Papucci, and those kids are loving getting those little bucks
It's
that they
rewarding.
get in kindergarten,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And just that the claps and things, it's changed our whole school.
Yeah, we wanted to do unique pieces. We wanted to reach them in a way because they read as much as we read. They've learned a lot of what we've learned, if not more, depending on what their field of study is. And we wanted to really educate the educators. We wanted to lead the leaders. And that's what we set out to do, and we feel good about that. What part for you? You are a difference maker. You're an incredible difference maker in all of their lives and the students. What for you that resonated for you during the program?
What resonated for me in the program, I think it was the story you told about the African village.
Oh, that was really neat.
When the anthropologists.
Yes.
Do I have time to share a little bit, or do you want to?
No, do it. You.
When the anthropologist went to this African village, and there was a group of children, and he put a basket of fruit, which, if you think about it, how I've been relating the story to my students, if you think about it, think about a basket of money.
Right.
In our culture.
Yeah.
If somebody put a basket of money, what would you do? And so the anthropologist told them, I'm going to count it off, and whoever gets there first gets the basket of fruit.
Yes.
So I'm going to count it off. Whoever gets there first gets the basket of money. That's how I'm relating it to our children. And I said, what would you do? Well, of course, we would all run for the money because that's our culture. But in the African tribe, the children immediately held hands and walked together.
Yes.
Walked together to that basket of fruit.
Yes.
And the anthropologist was so surprised. And he said, why did you do that? You could have had all that fruit yourself. And he said, if I might not be quoting this right, but if one of my friends is not happy, how could I be happy?
Right.
I love that.
Right.
I love that.
Right. And in their language, imuntu ingamuntu ingabantu, which means people are people because of others. And for you to come on the podcast and retell a story that you heard one time, 3-4 weeks ago or something like that, that's the power of how that moved you. I'll bet you could probably tell every story that you heard that day. I mean, you nailed that. How about a round of applause for Kelly?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. No, because you didn't rehearse that. You just brought that because I asked the question. You didn't know I was going to ask you that question. That's remarkable. If you remember that story, everyone in the room remembers that story.
It made a difference.
Wow.
And if I could ask, you should probably post that picture of all the little children in the circle eating their fruit together.
Yes.
And what would it look like if we held hands and we all went to the goal together?
That's a great idea.
And we all helped each other and we all shared,
That's a great idea. You're talking about becoming a difference maker as a topic. That's huge.
Yes.
That's huge. Tell people where they can find the Word of Life Christian Academy. Maybe there are a lot of folks out there, the viewers that are listening or watching this, and they don't know how unbelievable the whole system is for you. Where can they find you?
Okay. Well, it's the most amazing school in the whole wide world, I can tell you that.
Don't tell me, tell them.
Oh, okay. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, Word of Life Christian Academy, and we're located off of Buffalo and Cheyenne, 3520 North Buffalo. And you can go to our website, WLCA.com, LV.com, and call us. I'm sure that there's going to be information posted, but I would love to give you a VIP tour and tell you how your child can go to private education free.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Very nice. I love that.
And next week, please stay tuned for Will Edwards. We will be talking about, do you say yes when you want to say no, and how to overcome this. So if you struggle with saying yes when you really want to say no, this show is for you. Tune in next week, same time.
Well, I want to say this. I want to thank you to Kelly Marchello and the Word of Life Christian Academy, Pastor David, Pastor Vicky. Mrs. Savage is just off the hook, along with many, many other teachers we met. And this is an incredible connection, and it isn't a one-time game. We're going to be joining hands together, walking into that circle for many gifts and many fruits so that we can walk in together, gain those gifts and fruits, and find people to disseminate those out to people we know can best receive that. So you've been an incredible podcast guest. This won't be your last appearance, and I just want to say thank you for being here. You're awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And at the end of the day,
What is it all about?
how you leave them feeling.
Yes.